Welcome back to another segment of Bedrock Bookkeepers Online Academy. My name is Joe DiChara and I am a CPA/entrepreneur, and I am also the proud founder of the Academy, and I am here today to present Chapter 2 Bookkeeping of my remote bookkeeping marketing system for accountants. And let me take you back to the way it used to be, the role of the accountant and the role of the bookkeeper and the role of the entrepreneur. Because, back then I got into this business over 30 years ago, and an entrepreneur would never even think about doing the books. The entrepreneur ran their business. The bookkeeper, if they were big enough to have a bookkeeper, the bookkeeper would handle the books. And if they weren't big enough, the accountant would come in and write up the books. Those were what we called write-up clients. Today they are small businesses. And, I don't have to tell you the importance of bookkeeping. We all know as accountants that bookkeeping is really the building blocks of the accounting system. We can't do a tax return without bookkeeping. So what happened? The way it was we had what I call the financial mastermind. You had the business owner that was focused on their business. You had the auto repair shop owner that his job was to repair cars and do business. And we came in and compiled the transactions in a bookkeeping process. And we sat down with the business owner and explained to him what was going on with his business. That worked. That was over 30 years ago. The accounting business was a good business. It was predictable. Everybody knew what their role was. So what happened? And this is what happened. If you've been around as long as I have, this Goliath, this 800-pound gorilla came in called Intuit and created this unique selling proposition that worked. And what they told people was that you could save money by doing your own bookkeeping. Now, if you remember back then, 1994 is when Intuit first came on the scene. We didn't like QuickBooks because we didn't like QuickBooks because it wasn't a bookkeeping program. It's still not a bookkeeping program. But here's the thing. People bought it. Intuit was successful. They captured over 85% of the small business market, believe it or not. It took them some time, but that unique selling proposition that you could save money, it was a lie. And people know that. They can't get away with it today. The thing is, you don't hear them say that anymore. They don't say you could save money by doing your own bookkeeping. What they're telling the small business community is, here, buy our expensive, complicated program and then hire one of our professional advisors to tell you to show you how to use it. So this lie that was perpetrated on small business owners, I don't think could work today for a number of reasons. But the bottom line is what happened was we, as accountants, we lost control of the process. It became amateur hour. Not only were small business owners diverted from what their real focus was, they decided that their spouses, their nieces, their receptionists could start doing the bookkeeping. And what this did was it severely cut into our business. But the tide is changing now. What is happening is we are coming back into the driver's seat. And there's a number of reasons because of that. There are a number of reasons driving that. Number one, I believe, is the emergence of business coaching. There's a whole industry of business coaches out there now explaining to business owners that if you're not a bookkeeper, you have no business doing bookkeeping. That idea that I put forth in the last chapter about the definite chief aim, the focus. People are focusing back on what generates their revenue. You know, bookkeeping is an administrative task. And if you're running a business, I think that the last thing that you need to be doing is your own books, because just from the sheer cost of it, unless your time is only worth, 15, $20 an hour, which hopefully it isn't. If you're running a business, your time has to be worth a heck of a lot more than that. Okay, and on top of that, we have the internet, which has made everything transparent. Okay, you can't get away with these lies anymore, because what happens is people can talk to each other in real time, instantaneously, and there would be horror stories on the internet explaining what we have all seen through the years. It's time for us to take the reins back. And why is that? And I'll tell you, it's very, very simple. Number one, it's needed. We can't do our job without bookkeeping. It's as simple as that. Have you ever tried to do a tax return without any books? Yeah, it can't be done. Number two, from a business model, what I am going to show you here, it's an easy entry point. It's a lot easier to get bookkeeping work than it is to get accounting work, believe it or not. It's very profitable. The way that I've structured my business, it's extremely profitable. It opens the doors to other avenues of revenue. And obviously, we have the skills for it. We've been trained to set up bookkeeping systems. It's our job. Our clients are looking for us to provide this specific service. We have a whole generation of entrepreneurs that have grown up with QuickBooks, and they don't know what real bookkeeping is. Let's face it. It's our job to educate a whole generation. Don't let the importance of having a good set of books slip by. This is our opportunity. This is your opportunity to take hold of something that has slipped through our fingertips. It's time to quash the whole notion once and for all that people could save money by doing their own bookkeeping. It's our job, and let's take it back. Joe DiChiara, over and out. Looking forward to the next segment. And that wraps up another awesome episode of Bedrock Bookkeepers Online Academy. Joe DiChiara here, inviting you back to our site, bedrockbookkeeping.com. Check us out for the latest and greatest offers, discounts, updates and content, videos, new courses. Okay, again, bedrockbookkeeping.com. Joe DiChiara, over and out. Looking forward to seeing you at the next segment.